Hello, and welcome. I am Web Weaver, and I'm so glad you have found my channel here today. This is where I do a weekly tarot reading, pulling a card for each of the days using a traditional deck of tarot, just to give us some overview guidance for the week ahead. As always, these readings are for entertainment purposes only, and I am using the Steampunk Tarot. If you are interested, by Barbara Moore, illustrated by Ali Fell. I like this deck because in the book, and I've made little cards here so that I can pull up the sentence, there's like as part of the description, there is a sentence or two that basically sums up the meaning of the card. And that is... it's just kind of neat, and I didn't fix these, so some of them are going to be a reverse, but I haven't shuffled them yet. So while I'm talking, I'll do this. But it's just a little sentence to sum up the meaning, and I find that kind of cool. So that is why I use these cards. I did post my latest blog. I finally got it written after a couple-month hiatus. I explained in there why there was a hiatus. I just, the energies, and it's just been a very long winter of discontent. So I did post the link. It is on Substack. You don't have to subscribe to read it. I don't have a paid subscriber thing set up on there, but it does talk about why I took a break and what my goals are for the future, which includes building community, which includes this channel. So I'll be continuing readings, maybe expanding readings if I feel called, but yeah. That is up, so you're welcome to hop on over there. If you go to the post section of this channel, you should be able to find it. So this reading is going to be for February 22nd through 24th, 2nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 7th. March. Is it the 1st? Is Sunday the 1st? I think so. I go through Sunday. So tomorrow's the 23rd. So I think it's March 1st. It goes through Sunday. All right. So this was an interesting week. Not as monumental as I had hoped it would be when I pulled these cards last Sunday and got all of those major arcana popping up in there. I thought, However, we discovered who owned Zorro Ranch early in the week. Prince Andrew, former Prince Andrew, was arrested. The tariffs were deemed illegal. So there have been some pretty big things going on. So this week should be interesting. So what do we need to know this week? 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, and the 1st. What do we need to know for this week? What do we need to know for this week? I think this is going to be the stopping one. All right. So Monday, we have the Ace of Cups. So this is an emotional new beginning. Cups are emotion, and the aces tend to be times of new beginnings, big announcements, happy events, an emotional beginning. You may have some emotional growth or experiences. Could be your intuition. Water is about intuition. Cups being intuition. Maybe love. But it is a happy event. It is a new beginning emotionally of some sort. It is an emotional force in your life. So the sentence that goes with this card, it contains, it dispenses, it cleanses, it heals. It really is dead useful. The only thing is, I'm not clear how it works. So that is the Ace of Cups for Monday. For Tuesday, we have the Hierophant. So we have the image here in this deck of a, almost like a grandfatherly figure. It's also known as the High Priest in some decks. This has to do with, when it's the Hierophant, there's education, belief systems. It can also have to do with legal matters, potential legal matters, counseling, settling disputes. But it is taking your spiritual beliefs, your whatever your belief systems are, and applying it in your daily life, growing, learning from it. So it's either education or legal matters that need to be solved, settling disputes, upholding tradition. So this is the day of the State of the Union, which a lot of people are criticizing those who are boycotting it, saying you need to uphold the traditions of our government, but you know, so many of those traditions have been walked all over. So there's two sides to that argument. So the sentence for this card is, your every thought, word, and action expresses the truth of your soul. Okay, so that is the Hierophant, and now I'm putting those far too high. Hang on. I just looked up at the video on the phone. I am very sorry about that. That's better. Okay. Wednesday, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So nines are close to an ending. And pentacles have to do with the physical. So it can be the physical body. It can be things that you own, physical possessions. It can be money. In politics, it can be votes. So when it comes to the Nine of Pentacles, you can see this woman there with, it looks like a falcon or a hawk of some sort. She's very confident. She has a very confident look on her face. She's got the bird there with her. So this is confidence, self-sufficiency, self-reliance, discipline, but it's also happiness, success, almost at the Ten of Pentacles, which is the ending card for Pentacles, but is usually the happy family and all of that. So this is happiness, it's success, it's accomplishment, refinement. And the sentence for this card is, everyone wants to be me. So that is a pleasant card for Wednesday. Thursday, we have Temperance. So this card is very much, as the name suggests, has to do with temperance. It's balance, health. It can have to do with health, moderation, restraint. That's the word I was thinking of. Moderation and restraint when it comes to temperance. I was a social studies teacher. I will probably get back to that someday. But teaching about the temperance movement, that was moderating the consumption of alcohol, right? Tempering it, restraining it. So that is what comes to mind when I see this card. but it's not necessarily a bad card. It's about doing the right thing at the right time in the right place, having tact and balance and moderation, and it can have to do with, you know, balancing your health as well. So the sentence for this card is: the difference between a professional and an amateur is that a professional makes it look easy. All right, so moving on to Friday. We have the Seven of Swords. So swords have to do with air, which has to do with thinking. It has to do with communication. It has to do with ideas. All of those airy related things. So with this one, you can see that the person has these 7 swords, but she's like slinking away. She's trying to get away. So this card has to do with running away. There may be a hidden dishonor. If you look at her face, she's not exactly proud of what she's doing, right? It can be evasion, cunning, but it can also be thinking outside the box, coming up with new schemes, new solutions. It could be a partial victory, but again, she does look like she's evading something. So someone has taken something. So whether she is taking these swords or she is taking them back, I don't know, but there is something being taken by somebody. And the sentence for this card is: who is the thief and what exactly has been stolen? So, you know, who is the one at fault here? We don't see the whole story in this card. So on Friday, there could be something that was taken, or it could be a partial victory. It could feel like something is being stolen away from us. It's a possibility. All right, so the next card for Saturday, our weekend, we have the World. All right, so this is the last of the major arcana. You can see that we have the 4 elemental symbols there around her with the wheel that is turning. When it comes to the major arcana tell a story from the very beginning, with the Fool starting out on a brand new journey, trying not to go off the cliff, you know, that innocent, oh, I got this, no big deal. And then the Fool goes through all of these things in the major arcana, but then it comes out at the end. So this is integrating the lessons of that journey. This is the accomplishment of completing that journey, fulfillment, completion, wholeness, rebirth. But it's a victory. I mean, this is a successful end of something, a successful completion. I can think of a few things I would like to see come to a successful completion on Saturday. That'd be fantastic. However, that is what we have for Saturday. It is a journey's end and a successful end, a completion. And the simple sentence for this one is, ta-da! So that is what we have with the World. And then lastly, our card for Sunday is the 9 of Cups. So again, 9s are very close to wrapping up the suit. They are very close to being the end of something, but they're not quite there yet. And with Cups, it tends to be the emotional, the psychic, the intuitive, those kind of things. It's very watery emotions. This card has to do with wish fulfillment and satisfaction. I mean, look at this. She's got the 9 cups laid up there in a row. Obviously, she has the best ales, wines, and I think that says spirits on the sign there. So it's obviously she's running a tavern, running a bar. She's got all the cups lined up for everybody. She's got a smile on her face. Welcome everybody in. So, you know, this is sensual pleasure, hospitality, community, graciousness. Could be maybe a gathering or a festival of sort. I mean, we'll be starting, I don't know that there's anything going on March 1st, but either way, it's material, emotional, and physical well-being. So the sentence for this card is, come in and welcome. Your every desire will be served with a warm smile. Order carefully. So that is our week in a nutshell. We start out with an emotional new beginning on Monday and move toward possible legal concerns on Tuesday with the State of the Union going on. But it could also be maybe furthering education, growing in our practice, our knowledge, our experience. Then on Wednesday, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is, you know, that achievement, the fulfilling, everybody wishes they were me card. Thursday, we need to make sure that there's balance and temperance and moderation happening. Friday, we have that Seven of Swords, where something, that's the one card this time that might mean things are a little tough. We may feel like something's being stolen from us, or somebody's going to feel like something's being stolen from them. But who is doing the stealing? Who is the thief, and what exactly is being stolen? So there may be a situation on Friday. Then we have a successful completion of some journey on Saturday. It is the end of February. We've made it through the longest month so far of 2026, and it is the shortest one in the number of days. And then March is welcoming us on the 1st with the Nine of Cups and the hospitality. So, all right, I hope you all have a lovely week. I hope this reading helps you. I've been trying to keep the cards in mind as I go through each day, saying, oh wait, I pulled that card for such and such day. So you can always refer back to the video if you would like. And I will be back with another weekly reading on Sunday. All right, blessed be.